Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Jesse, or Game Over Jesse. Here with us is Daniel and CC. Today we're going to be talking about Monolith Soft opening up a fifth studio. This news article comes from Nintendo Enthusiast, where their title says Monolith Soft opens a fifth studio with its ballooning workforce. My oh my, Monolith Soft has come a long way since Xenosaga and Baton Kaitos. Forgive me for mispronouncing that. The developer has now opened a new studio in the Osaki district in Shinagawa, Tokyo? In Tokyo, somewhere in Tokyo. This marks the fifth studio following their main Tokyo studio, Nakamaguru GS Studio, Lididashi Studio, and a studio in Kyoto. Wow, I cannot pronounce any of those words except Kyoto.
You nailed Kyoto, though.
Just
nailed it.
Headcount has been ballooning at Monolith Soft for a while now, and current estimates put the studio at just over 200 people. In addition to the fact that they might be working on a new Xenoblade, they are also working on the next Legend of Zelda in some capacity. This is a very busy and very successful developer, and it's cause for celebration for Nintendo and RPG fans. Now, like I was saying before we began officially discussing this article, for those who don't know, Monolith Soft were mostly known for the Xenoblade series, which was on the Wii U, the new 3DS, and then the Nintendo Switch.
As well.
Yeah, the Wii,
Wasn't
yeah.
it? The first one.
Yeah, the first one was on the Wii.
Yeah.
But they've also helped Nintendo with a bunch of games, starting with Skyward Sword, and the last one they worked on, I think, was maybe Super Mario Odyssey. I'm not really sure. But they helped on like Splatoon 2, Splatoon 1, a bunch of other Nintendo games, and but most famously, they lent most of their employees to Nintendo to help work on Breath of the Wild. And they recently hired again to work on another Zelda game, and now they're opening this fifth studio. So it makes me wonder if this fifth studio is going to kind of be like Grezzo, to where basically the only thing they work on is Zelda for Nintendo. Like, Monolith Soft is not necessarily owned by Nintendo, but for like the past 10 years or so, or however long, all of their games have basically been on Nintendo consoles. So yeah, it's just something interesting, because if it's a fifth studio opened up specifically to work on Zelda, with it being such a small team, since they have those 200 people spread out to 5 different teams, then that would be enough to help on a Zelda game. But if they were making one on their own, it wouldn't be a big Breath of the Wild like game. It would be a game similar to like Ocarina of Time 3D or Majora's Mask 3D, A Link Between Worlds, to where it's like a way smaller game. So they could either be doing a remake of some kind or just a smaller game in general, like Grezzo's been doing, by remaking games. Or we have the new spin-off that's out now, or not out now, but the trailer has been out for a while. Oh gosh, I forgot the name of it. Help me out, Daniel.
Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah, but what was the full name?
I was like Cadence of Hyrule, Tomb of the Necrodancer.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
It's a long name.
That is
Yeah.
a long name.
So they could be doing something like that, like a small indie-like game. But what are your guys' thoughts? Starting with you, CC. Like, what would you most want this to be, if you could choose? Like, what type of Zelda game would you want? Because like, it's not going to be a big Breath of the Wild thing. So would you want like a smaller new 2D game, 2D remake, a 3D remake?
3D remake.
Really? You would want a 3D remake?
Yeah.
Of which one? Which game for the Switch?
I would love Ocarina of Time, but I don't know how likely that is. Like you said, with the spin-off coming out and that other one,
Yeah.
and then I mean, I don't know know much about this company, to be honest. Never played Xenoblade. Only played Splatoon a few times in my life. And I mean, I'll Breath of the Wild, but like you said, it's probably not gonna be anything big.
Yeah. Unless they're helping Nintendo on their big Zelda game, it's not going to be
Yeah.
a huge one. But
In terms of what I would expect, I can't really say because I don't know much about this company in general.
yeah. All right. So Daniel, what are your thoughts on this?
Job opportunities are good, so it's good they're hiring more people. I mean, my assumption is just that they're helping with the next sort of big Zelda game. But if they helped on Skyward Sword, it would make sense for them to be the ones that might move to like a Skyward Sword HD port over to Switch or something. That would be something a lot of people have been asking for.
Yeah.
And or maybe a little almost. I'm still holding on to my prediction from like when we first started the podcast, saying 2021, but
For Skyward Sword HD?
for Skyward Sword HD, I've been saying that since we started this podcast.
So a
But,
10-year anniversary.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, it would make sense if they were to work on something like that, or even, I don't know. We don't know who's working on Link's Awakening, do we?
No, they haven't announced it
They
officially.
haven't said it, so I assume someone like Grezzo or Tantalus would be, but I mean,
Yeah,
I
because they
think-
only showed off the beginning of the area. Sorry.
yeah, it's true. So
Are you guys looking forward to that?
Yeah.
I never played it on the Game Boy, so it'll be my first time.
oh, well, that'll be fun too. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's some problems with the Game Boy version. Yeah, just because mostly just because of the hardware, not the actual.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it only had
Like
2
that.
buttons, so
Yeah. Yeah.
you could only hold
So-
2 items. So like you had
And
to
your sword and
decide.
shield
Yeah, it's like, do you want
count as
sword and
items.
shield, or sword and boomerang, or boomerang and arrow, or candle and boomerang? Like you have to choose. Like he doesn't automatically hold up the shield, which I would imagine they would have done because
But no,
like you don't
because like every
Tap-
Zelda game.
yeah you don't
before
tap the
does.
button to use the shield. It just stays there,
Yeah.
right? So
But not if he actually does put it away if you don't have it equipped.
yeah, but it could be a thing that's like it passively works. Like you don't have to have it.
Oh,
like-
you mean like how it works in Zelda 1 and Zelda
Yeah.
2 and The Link to the Past?
Yeah, that way you like, the
You know,
game.
all 3 of the Zelda games that came out before.
Yeah, that were all made on consoles with 2 buttons.
Well, Link to the Past wasn't, but Super Nintendo.
No, that was 4. Yeah,
But yeah, but plus it had LNR, but you don't really use them for anything
yeah,
in A Link to the Past. But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I'm excited
We know
for it.
we know that they fixed that issue for the Switch version. So
Yeah, and I expect like a new Zelda announcement of some kind at E3 as well. Like whether it's another remake or spin-off or something.
Right.
I expect something.
I would love a demo of Link's Awakening at E3, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We got derailed a little bit.
Yeah, but we're
That's
done
all
with this one, so it's all good.
I
So
think
there's
so.
not much to say. Like they said they were working on a Zelda, or they hired people to work on a Zelda game. Now they're opening up a new studio. So most likely that new studio was opened up to work on the Zelda game they hired the people for.
to work on. Yeah,
Yeah.
It makes sense, guys. It's a logic.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Use
that is one logic.
use common sense, people.
Not everybody
Yeah.
has common sense.
That is true. All right. So I guess the Metroid thing, Daniel, if you want to do that. And do you want to stay for the end, CC? Because we just got this one Daniel's going to do, and then Nintendo's statement on no new hardware, and then we're going to end it with the Q&A.
I mean, I can hang out, so I can do Q&A with you guys, but I know nothing about Metroid, just so you guys know. I've never played a Metroid game. Ever.
That's cool. It's
I
just
know.
this, it's
That's
literally
okay.
the same story as the last one, except
I don't even know what the story of the last
It's
one is.
retro.
I've never played.
no, I mean the last
Oh,
article
the
we
news
did.
story. the same news story
Yeah.
basically.
Because the last
But
one
just
was
change the
Monolith.
names.
Yeah, Monolith Soft was hiring
What you
to
should
work
do
on
is
Zelda.
just edit it and just like voice over. So every time I say Monolith, just like put in a clip of Jesse just saying Retro Studios, and then we just say the same thing. Re-upload it. Flawless plan. But okay. This is a news article, guys. It comes from it comes from Nintendo Enthusiast. It's about Retro Studios.
Hey everyone, it's me again, Elia Rose. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. And you know what? If you're a fan of videos like this, you should totally subscribe and give this video a like and comment below to let us know what type of videos you would like to see us create in the future. And if you would really like to support all of us here at the Game Over Jesse channel, please consider purchasing a Game Over Jesse t-shirt or becoming a Patreon at patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where you can receive many rewards, such as getting shoutouts, having any topic or theory that you select discussed on the podcast or made into its own video, having your question answered, joining on as a guest on the podcast, and playing with us during our Twitch live streams at twitch.tv/GameOverJesse, and much, much more.